If you have ever been told to charge your worth, this video is for you, and I'm gonna need you to stop doing this immediately. You're gonna want to stop doing this immediately. Watch this whole video and allow this conversation to be a catalyst for you making so much more money. Welcome back. I'm Astrid. Hello. On this channel, we weave energy and strategy so that witches like you can use your power to blow up in your business. And I, just like you, have been told to charge my worth. In fact, that's why I'm making this video, because I was going through some of my old comments and I saw a very well-meaning comment, a very empowering comment, and it was something about I was selling a program or like a course in a workbook for $7. And she was just basically like, hell no. She's like, girl, you need to fix that shit. Like, you're so good. You need to be charging $200 more like it. And all of this. And it made me remember that people are still under this illusion that you need to be charging your worth. And my reply to this is that I can understand how charge your worth can be very empowering if you're massively undercharging because you think that people won't pay what you really want to ask for, okay? But it can also be extremely disempowering and very limiting. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? Stay with me on this for a minute. Think about this. Let's say you created a program that you poured your heart and your soul into, and you're charging your worth on it. But you're having people come in, and when they say no, or I can't afford it, which is not true, by the way, the only reason a person would say I can't afford it is because you haven't properly communicated the value of the transformation yet. So they can't see themselves in the end result. Okay. You might have a course for $200 and a person wants information and then they're like, no, I can't afford it or something. But then they go later and spend $200 on Amazon from pure impulse, right? Or you have a $2,000 program and a person says, No, I can't afford it. But then that same day, they go buy an iPhone, right? The difference between your program or your offer and this thing that they're buying is that they can see themselves with it. They have this idea and this vision of themselves with this thing that they bought. And the reason why you would be charging your worth in the first place is because you haven't yet discovered how to communicate the value of your transformation. You haven't been able to communicate the value of your genius, or maybe even fully owned your genius in the first place. Like, you're good. You help people. Like, when they're in front of you, you know that you can help them. You know you can change their life completely, but you don't really know how to talk about it on a larger scale. And if you're not great at communicating how this transformation is going to occur or what it's going to look like in their life, this in itself, the lack of ability to communicate to the person, here's what's going to happen, that's enough for people to just not get it. And if people don't get it, they are not seeing themselves in it. They're going to say no. And you'll wonder like why people aren't buying your courses, why people aren't buying your sessions. So when a person says no, or if your offers are ignored and you're charging your worth, you can't help but to take it as an attack on your self-worth. And what you're going to hear is not, that program's not for me or not for now. You're going to hear them saying no to you. Okay? Your subconscious mind cannot help taking it as an attack on your self-worth. And then you spiral and you start thinking and expecting people to say no. And you create that experience for yourself due to the assumptions that you already had once you needed to charge your worth, even if you were really good. But the assumptions that more and more people are going to say no. Okay, this is why in my world, we always, always, always charge based on the value of the transformation. This is why it is so important for spiritual people, for spiritual coaches, coaches in general. healers, witches, guides to be able to communicate your genius, to be able to fully claim ownership of your genius. This is why I don't just do identity or energy work with people. It goes hand in hand with messaging and strategy. My work that I do with people is a total lifestyle overhaul. And I happen to think that you create the most freedom in your life when you have a business that runs for you. It doesn't have to be a service-based business. I have product-based business clients too. But I happen to know and believe that the best experiences with my clients, my dream clients, are people who have businesses. Okay. And so the work we do together is holistic because all these things go hand in hand together. And the second reason why I don't, or why I think that it's a terrible idea to charge your worth, is because when you really do understand how to communicate the value of your work, when you can communicate how this is going to change a person's life forever and you're claiming ownership of that, you start to make extremely strategic moves. So for me, for instance, when I finally separated my worth from my pricing or my worth from my money in general, I started making moves that were way more strategic, like charging $7 for something that it actually hurt me to charge that much. I had a comment on that course and workbook saying, this is worth $10,000. Like, I cannot even believe that you are giving this away. And it really did hurt. Like, it physically hurt me. I thought, oh yeah, I could sell this for 97, 47 at the lowest, but seven really stung. And I think that those are the best low ticket offers, the kind that actually hurt to give for $7. Now, I don't have a $7 offer anymore, but it's not like I only have this low ticket offer. My lowest ticket now is 27, and that is also for a very strategic reason. Both have their place. I have systems in place that take a person all the way from complete stranger to micro transformation to slightly bigger transformation, all the way into complete total lifestyle overhaul. And it's not about the information that's even being presented, like in a workbook or a course. Even though we feel like it is, like the information is the juicy piece, we feel like we're giving our heart and our soul away because it took, usually, it should have taken years and years and years for you to collect the knowledge and the experience to be able to translate that for another person. Or if you're in the beginning of your journey, it's taking you a lot to translate that. That's how we get mastery over ourselves in our work, by the way, is when we talk about it, when we are able to give another person that transformation as well. This is how we create mastery. And so it really can feel like you're giving your heart and your soul. People ask me a lot too, like, how much is too much to give away? And I believe that you cannot give too much away. And I don't think it's actually possible to give too much away. Like, even on these videos, the people who have worked with me in my closer proximity work hear a wildly different thing coming out of my face hole right now than the people who are watching the YouTube channel, have never worked with me. Even the people who are in my membership. And so you are approaching your work strategically. You're really owning your genius. You're really playing the long game here. You're setting up systems that work for you while you're off living your life, playing with your clients, living the life that you created your business to create in the first place, or to live in the first place. In the meantime, your systems are running for you, bringing you new people into your world, into your business every single day, bringing you cash in the bank every day. And people are naturally upgrading in your world into your high ticket offers. And when you're doing this, you're priming them to buy. So even if it's something like a YouTube channel, right? Free information. It's priming people to be ready for the transformation. By the time they come in to your world, they know what you're talking about. Same with your low ticket offers. You're priming them to be the most excellent client that you ever worked with. You're giving them the micro transformation on the front end. When they come in to a higher level, they are ready for that next level transformation. And I don't know about you, but like one of the things that I always hated about one-on-one coaching was that if people hadn't really been in my world before, and if I wasn't giving on the front end and giving context and giving people a frame for my work, if I was withholding and I felt like I had to gatekeep, then we were wasting a lot of time. Maybe wasting isn't the right word, but I was finding myself having to teach the same things over and over and over. And we were spending a lot of time on this entry level stuff, which I wished that they had learned before they came to work with me, even if it was like my stuff, even if it was the frame that I needed them to have so that they could come from this place. This is why I even started creating hybrid course coaching programs in the first place, where we have course content, it's core course content that my clients go through, and they're getting coaching at the same time so that they are learning and they're implementing, and then I'm helping them refine the nuances of their experience. Okay. But yeah, like in the one-on-one, people were just not getting to the good stuff fast enough for my taste. So actually parting with the instructional work, whether it is in low ticket or if I save it for, a higher ticket, a higher proximity work together, like a $2,000 plus kind of course coaching hybrid experience, it gave me the insight to realize that I was actually priming my people to be amazing, amazing to work with, so easy to work with, and separating the information from the support. This is something that happens naturally when you start approaching this strategically, and you don't wonder or worry if you're giving too much away. Again, you're playing the long game. You're thinking about the experiences that you're creating for your people rather than what am I worth, right? You're priceless. That's the answer. You're priceless. What is the value of the transformation that you're providing, though? That's the thing you need to be charging on. And I'll tell you straight up, people who are going to be your clients, they're going to be your clients whether you give them the answers for free or for low ticket or not. Because the true transformation happens when your genius is on their situation, when your eyes are on their situation. And, I personally am also okay with people hearing me talk about this stuff for free and never work with me, or for a super low ticket price point and never work with me, because I share this stuff and I love sharing this stuff. It's a part of my self-expression. And because I know that the people who are for me will be, people who want high level support aren't suddenly going to be like, well, I guess I got what I needed. Like I don't need to hire her anymore. No. They're like, I want more. Give me more. Right? And so when I invite you to take that on for yourself, they want more because they've started a journey with you, especially when your low ticket work is powerful. Like my low ticket work, I give it all, right? Like there's no gatekeeping this shit. It's not something that I just threw together, right? I also don't just have freebies unless it's something that I really want to create, like the Cash Flow Queen series. That shit told me it wanted to be made. It wasn't like, I need a freebie. Like, what can I create? Which is what a lot of people do, because you hear, oh, you need a strategy. Okay, well, if you need a strategy, you need to have a freebie, a lead magnet. You need to have da 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 da, right? And so you just start putting the puzzle pieces together, and it's lacking soul. What happens when you're playing the long game? When you understand your genius, when you understand how to communicate that in a way that makes people go, that's me. I fucking want that, right? Then it doesn't feel like, oh, I need a freebie. What should it be? Sometimes it can, especially in the beginning, and that is okay. That is beautiful. But when you shift like the way that you're showing up, and when you shift from how much is too much, and if I'm charging my worth and all of this stuff, and you just start fucking showing up powerfully and giving these transformations, knowing that like your needs are always met, you always have more than enough. This is the part of the identity work too, by the way. Then you just have a wildly different experience. Okay. It's the same thing with this YouTube channel, right? My genius told me that it wants to be expressed in this way. And there are also people who totally skip your low ticket offer and go straight into your one-on-one because they don't want community. Like my clients, they don't want community. They don't want to share. They want all the attention. They want to go fucking fast. And the same is going to be true for you. So even in your free content, you still want to approach it as if you're priming your audience to be ready to work with you. And if you give them everything they need and they go on about their merry way, that's great. The people who were always going to work with you are still going to work with you. You can't not have something that was always meant for you. If you have soulmate clients, they're soulmate clients. They are going to fucking find you. They are going to want more, and you don't need to worry about the people who aren't. Okay? And these people who want more, they want to go faster, they want your full attention, they are happy to pay a premium for that experience when they're properly primed, whenever they have a frame of reference and they're able to go, oh, fuck, yeah, I want that, right? So I personally have and invite you to explore the possibility of having price points to go from low ticket to mid ticket to high ticket to extremely high ticket. And the level of support is different at each point. The way that my genius shows up and operates is different at each point. And the same is true for you too. You just need to get in there and see what you're actually doing. See what your genius actually does and upgrade the fuck out of your identity, which is extremely nuanced. And I can totally help you with that, obviously. But that's so important. Like how you're seeing yourself and experiencing yourself and who you're being is so important. It's important for you to be able to nail your messaging, to nail your offers, to nail your positioning, to deploy a business model that works for you. So even if, you have a $7 workbook that somebody tells you this should be a $10,000 program, just because it's worth $10,000 of a transformation. To you, and this is how it was for me, to you, it is actually worth giving that transformation, that micro win to people who are coming into your world brand new because it gets them primed for the work that you really want to do with them. It primes them for the results that you really want to help them get. This is my favorite way to do it. I love when people come in like this, whether it's in the membership or Dark Divine or Cash Flow Queen Intensive or Mastermind or one-on-one, it doesn't matter. The best part to me is that by the time a person's ready to work with me, which doesn't have to be a long process, it could be one video, it could be two videos, or it could be 2 years, right? But by the time they're ready to work with me at a high level, they are all in. They aren't like sitting there testing the waters with this new coach, right? They are sold. They have sold themselves because the work speaks for itself and it makes it a much better experience, a much more enjoyable process for you and your clients. Sales alchemy is the process of taking a perfect stranger and them becoming a dream client. And that can look a whole bunch of different ways. That can look like sharing free content, like we've just talked about, and only having high ticket offers. That wasn't for me. I don't like that. I don't. And plenty of people do. Plenty of people will like die on that hill. It's not for me. You're allowed to have a business model that is unique to you. It can look like having a membership and high ticket offers for people who want more of you. It can look like only having low ticket offers. It's important to create the business model that works for you. And the best way to do that is strategically, not emotionally. Okay. You can totally charge high ticket for knowledge and information, say in a course where there's no support. It's only a course. And you can sell that journey in itself because you've put together a roadmap for people to follow, which collapses time for them. And usually you've put many years of your own trial and error into this, and you're saying, here, avoid these mistakes, and actually the path is this way, right? You don't want to just give that away for free, especially if it's all you're selling. But also, if you're emotionally tied to that price point meaning something about you, rather than looking at the entire ecosystem of your business and being able to make moves that are beneficial for the long game, both for you and for your people who come into your world, you're going to be cheating yourself and your people because you're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing on like what your worth is rather than the experiences you want to be having with people. And I personally believe, and you don't have to take this on, I personally believe that the only thing that people should be paying a premium for is if there is a support element. And I personally just choose to charge lower ticket for information, even if it can cause a transformation. I choose low ticket for more information products where there's no support involved because I know my people, they don't want more information. They don't need more information. They want and need transformation. They want to change their entire fucking life. And that only happens when you're creating a pattern interrupt and a pattern interrupt and a pattern interrupt over and over and over until it's just who you are now. I'm giving the lifestyle upgrade where you're going from insecure business owner who is really good at what she does, but is wondering why am I not farther along by now? Why do I still feel like the best kept secret? Why do I feel like there's an invisible wall right in front of me where I can see the thing that I want, but I can't touch? It's just taunting you and teasing you. Transforming from that into a powerhouse who creates predictable, sustainable, repeatable success and results in their life and business, where she knows that she knows that she knows what she's doing and is literally living the best version of herself possible. So, this is why I don't, all of these things are why I don't believe in charging your worth. I think it's the worst fucking idea ever. And, like I said, if you're at a place where you're undercharging because you're afraid that people won't buy at the level you really want to ask for, that is okay. You need to understand, though, that you don't change that by changing your price. There's a different experience that you change within yourself and the way that you're showing up in life, the way that you're showing up for yourself. And also, it's not just energetic, it's not just mindset. It's also really beginning to understand the core of your genius, how your genius transforms other people's lives, specifically your dream clients, and being able to create experiences for these dream clients, knowing that you know that you know that you know when a person comes into your world, you are doing this with them and this thing is going to happen. Like, as sure as the sun is going to rise, if they show up and they do the work, they do this thing is going to happen. Just like when you come into my world, you show up, you're doing the things, you're going to create a business that pays you cash in the bank every single day and have dream clients coming into your world on repeat, naturally upgrading in your world who also stay with you for years. I have clients who have been with me for years. I have clients who are doing Dark Divine for a second round because they love the support element, even though they already went through the content. They see that the value of the entire program is in the support. They love being in my space because I can point to something and go, did you see that? And they can shift it, and then everything blows up. People love being in your world when you understand the transformation that you are here to provide, when you know that you know that you know how to give that transformation and give it on repeat. That's when you will have clients coming to you on repeat. When you understand how to translate your genius into language, when you understand how to speak to the hearts and the minds and the souls of your dream clients, and when you have these people coming into your world and working with you at every level, it makes your business effortless. So I think that the whole conversation of charging your worth needs to completely go away because what you charge isn't going to change the way that you feel about yourself. All of these things are your ability to recognize, own, hone your genius and translate that shit. That's what makes you feel different about yourself. That's what makes you look at your offer and go, you know what? Yeah, that's totally worth $10,000. I can absolutely see why somebody would want to pay $10,000. Oh, look, and they do. You could be, charging $400 and somebody says you need to charge your worth, so you raise your prices to 10K and, totally spiral. Even if, and especially if someone does buy. Because if you're charging $400 for your only service, then you do not yet know how your genius transforms people's lives or how to communicate that or how to repeat it. And so when someone pays you more than you think that you should be paid, you feel shame. You feel like a fraud. Okay. And changing your price, charging a different price is not going to fix that. It's not going, charging higher isn't going to fix a broken sense of self-worth, which I'm saying very intentionally, you are not broken. Your sense of your self-worth is the thing that needs fixed, not you. You are fucking perfect and you need to remember that. And when you do, you start showing up different, you start thinking different, you start believing different things, you start, talking about yourself different because it's natural. It's actually who you are. You might not be showing up as if you are already perfect and complete and fulfilled. Doesn't make it not true. You might not be showing up like you're powerful. Doesn't make it not true. It's the sense that you have about yourself that is causing these behaviors and these thought patterns and these emotions. That's the thing that needs an upgrade. So even though charging more isn't going to fix the broken sense of self-worth, what will is actually plugging these energy leaks. And I talk about this on the Cash Flow Queen series. I talk about 3 of the main core energy leaks that are causing you to just leak power all over the place in your business. Plugging those energy leaks, upgrading the fuck out of your identity to start seeing yourself as the cash flow queen that you actually are and were always meant to be. Upgrading your identity to own the fuck out of your genius that you actually are and have always been. Understanding your offer, understanding your transformation, being able to translate that in your messaging, which your messaging is not just content. I get into that on the Cash Flow Queen series too. It's free. You can grab it in the comments. It's everything. Your messaging is everything. It's the entire positioning of your brand and of your business. And then the next and last thing is the systems that you implement, the systems that bring these people to you where you're not chasing, you're literally attracting your soulmate clients to you on repeat. Okay. So this is just a very close to my heart and important message because for me, everything changed when I stopped charging my worth. When I stopped listening to people who say charge low ticket price points, oh, you don't know your worth. You don't see yourself as worthy if you're doing that. And then I started moving strategically and creating experiences that I really wanted to have with my people. And I didn't wait to feel worthy to do it. I allowed myself to be in the process of becoming, which actually doesn't have to be a process, by the way. I just didn't have the right support at that point who could just point at where I was bullshitting myself and I could shift it instantly, which is exactly what I do with my clients. And nobody has time for processing like the full 3 months of a one-on-one package. That's not what you're signing up for. You want to change your fucking life. You want to know what you're made of. You want all of those moments of like, holy shit, how is this my life right now? You want to wonder, where did all the drama clients go? Where are all these badass people coming from? How did they all of a sudden start finding me? The kinds of clients are like, where have you been all my life? I am obsessed. These kinds of clients, okay? We want to create these experiences in your life, and it's not going to come from just one thing. It's definitely not going to come from like charging your worth. So that's the tea on why I think you should stop charging your worth immediately. And if you want to hear more about the Cash Flow Queen series, access it in the description. I'll also put it in the pinned comments as well. You can check it out. And if you want my help implementing these things into your own business to reach out to me on Instagram. Say something in the comments, but probably most likely reach out on Instagram, and I'll have my handle in the description. I'll put it in the pinned comment as well. And also let me know about your favorite takeaway from this video today, because I feel like nobody talks about this and it really does need to be talked about. And I just want to keep going back to saying the same thing of like, yeah, changing the way you charge isn't going to change the way that you feel about yourself. It just isn't. It can't. There are specific ways that you increase your self-worth to be accurate, to see yourself accurately. And that's what we're really getting at here, to see yourself accurately and to be paid a fuckload more because you're not messing around with concepts like worthiness. You're not messing around with charging your worth. Okay. You're just unleashing the fuck out of your genius, which is ultimately what we want. We want you being paid for your soul work. We want you rich as fuck with your soul work, because the thing is, when spiritual people are actually resourced, you're able to allow your gifts to fully come out. You're able to have the time freedom to develop and hone and master your gifts. You're not on the sideline thinking about like how you're going to pay your bills, or you really want to make this investment, but you can't, right? You're over here seeing, giving yourself the space to see all these innovative solutions for you and for your clients, for your people, for your movement, because you are secure. And honestly, you create that security in yourself first, but that's a different conversation. You have the resources that are required to allow yourself to fully go there, to fully see what your gifts can do. This is why it's so important for spiritual people to have money, not even to mention the great things that you do in the world when you do have more than enough to share and to spare and have plenty of for yourself too. Okay. So that's going to do it. Let me know your favorite part of this video, your biggest aha moment, and is anything going to change for you after hearing this? I'm so curious to see. If you're not in the Rich Witch Society, this is our $27 a month membership. I will also leave that in the description as well. Come and join us. We have live Q&As twice a month minimum. We're also doing trainings on the architecture of business consciousness, the magnetic tetrad, which is my modality. And right now, this month, over the next 4 weeks, we're deep diving into the witch, because Rich Witch Society, hello, it makes sense to start with the witch. Our first training was today, and it is so freaking juicy. So come in, you can start getting some more custom to you, like specific to you kinds of feedback. Like on the channel, you're getting a general conversation that's meant for everybody. Inside the Rich Witch Society, you're getting more custom feedback. You can get more custom guidance on what's actually going on in your world inside of there. And you want to do Zooms together? You want to do coaching twice a month? There's another option for that. There's a membership for that. You want a very specific flow, a very specific transformation where you are literally unfuckwithable, unshakable, where you are commanding your world like nobody's ever seen before. There are experiences for that, like Dark Divine Initiation. There's Cash Flow Queen Intensive. You want me to come in and be a partner in your business and help you implement the systems into your business that really uncover your messaging and make your dream client say, "What the fuck? Where have you been all my life? Sign me up right now." There's experiences for that. Okay. Pure example of what I was talking about today. That's just how it works in my world. It's how the Rich Witch Society is the entry point for all of my boos, especially on YouTube. I would have all my subscribers inside the Rich Witch Society. It's just the place to be in 2025. And I am so freaking excited to deliver on this experience. So, for real, that's it this time. I will see you on the next video. I hope you got so much out of this. Let me know your favorite takeaways, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.